Tonight on Evening. Want to be a Viking for a day?
Ready all? And row.
How you can take to the seas aboard a Northwest-built Viking ship.
Chicka chicka boom boom, chicka chicka boom.
And the musical that's captivating the imagination of both kids and adults. Plus, guitars that are unlike any other.
Welcome to the show from delightful neighborhood market in Tacoma. I'm St. Brian, and we are here because we feel like the best way to take on a supposedly rainy week is with some good coffee and some pastries at a place that truly is delightful.
Since 1916, there's been a grocery store here, serving not just the people in the neighborhood, but the dogs. When dogs get lost, they often show up here because they associate the store with treats and good times.
Good boy.
In the 90s, this was called Jiffy Mart. When Jenna Skiles bought it, her friends helped her come up with a new name.
They came over and they're like, we have a name for you. It's not Jiffy Mart. Can we come over? And when they came over, they presented Delightful Neighborhood Market, and we were sold.
Jenna and her staff have spent the past 10 years making sure Delightful Neighborhood Market lives up to its name. The coffee is delightful. The breakfast sandwiches are delightful. And the swag here is, as you might guess, delightful. Even says so on the hoodies.
Delightful Neighborhood Market has open mic nights the first and third Tuesday of every month. One of these nights, I might even get up my nerve and play a tune or two. There's a new way to get out on the water in Poulsbo that is 100% in keeping with that town's Little Norway theme. Here's Chris.
In the heart of the Puget Sound, where Norwegian heritage runs as deep as the fjord-like waters, an ancient vessel has found its modern home.
It's a beautiful day. We're all together.
The Valkyrie, a Northwest-built replica of a 1,000-year-old Viking longship, now calls Poulsbo home port. This boat began as one man's promise to honor his ancestry.
My father started this project, and it all started with this promise that he made to his father, and the promise was that he was going to honor him by building a Viking ship.
Now Eric Knudsen has the helm. His son helps guide the boat out to open water. A legacy 4 generations deep, and a Viking ship more welcoming than warlike.
Stand by for rowing.
Ready all? And row.
Today, a crew from the Kitsap Rowing Association pulls together, experiencing the ancient art of Viking seamanship.
This is great. Getting back to the origin of rowing. Started out as a functional thing,
1,
and now we do it for fitness and fun.
2, port oars, way up.
Knowing that Vikings were in open waters, weathering all the elements, and here we are rowing this boat in comfort. It's humbling.
It's not about us, it's about demonstrating the beauty and the skill and the engineering of this ship.
The rowers and the Valkyrie find their rhythm.
We call that swing, and when you get it, you really are one with the boat and one with the water, and you're with the crew.
It really is a thrill, and I feel really privileged to just be able to come out here with fine people, and have a good time together and learn things. It's total privilege.
The choice of Poulsbo as a home port was no accident.
We started hearing rumors about Viking City and Little Norway, and we had to come down and check it out for ourselves, and sure enough, this is the place.
The Valkyrie is more than a historical replica. It's a bridge connecting past and present, a ship where community becomes crew.
I think it's a sense of belonging to something. The rowers were here united by water, by being on the water.
In Poulsbo, the Viking spirit lives on, one stroke at a time.
All right, right, thank you, Chris. Want to be a Viking for a day? Valkyrie is offering 2-hour harbor cruises on weekends starting in mid-October. For reservations, go to our website at king5evening.com, and we will revisit Poulsbo a little bit later in our show. In a world of mass-produced guitars, 2 musicians in Walla Walla are forging instruments that truly stand apart from the crowd. I visited one of the friendliest cities in our state to learn more.
Each guitar has its own personality that's not like any other guitar.
Terry Martin and Ken Mellis combine decades of musical and graphic design experience to create instruments that sound great and are visually striking.
Occasionally we'll make guitars that are just so out there, just we want to get people's eyes on them.
In a backyard shared with goats, Ken gets every guitar started using a noisy, computer-controlled cutting machine.
Our bodies are unique in that we hollow the entire thing out. It makes them very light, and then it gives us a possibility of putting different things into the top, much like a frame.
Among the most eye-catching tops are the crystals, featuring embedded materials Terry has spent years hunting down.
And they're all real items.
Whatever works, you know.
We put things like vintage coins, cards, original artwork, whatever you can imagine can be embedded. These are pennies from the 1800s. We have literally silver bar with a stagecoach on it.
Vintage wood is another signature style.
I love that they've lived out in the world. They've had a life of their own before we turn them into kind of a piece of art inside of a guitar top.
Some guitars have laser etchings. This one's made of denim, and then there are the cowhide guitars.
And this is literally cowhide. They're incredibly soft and nice, and they're cool, and they just have a great flavor. They sound good. Surprisingly, we sell a lot of them.
Almost every part of the guitars is unique and built in-house.
And they're made to play, not just to look at.
And you can't beat the customer satisfaction. Despite a 100% return policy, nobody has ever brought back a Walla Walla guitar.
No returns.
Here in Walla Walla, they're making something new, sometimes weird, and never done before.
It's fun. This is not a job, really. And each one is kind of like a song. It's unusual, it's unique, and it gives people joy.
Such beautiful instruments, and you can find Walla Walla guitars at Emerald City Guitars in Seattle. You can also order them online from Ken and Terry. And while you're in a musical mood and you're in Walla Walla, you've got to visit a legendary record store. It's called Hot Poop Records. That's right, Hot Poop. Washington's oldest independent record store. It's been around for more than 50 years. Owner Jim McGuinn has an impressive collection of autographed guitars and signed records. But the most consistent sellers are all the merchandise, embossed with the words, Hot Poop. And in related news, Washington is the 8th most immature state in the union. And we're proud of that.
So this is a story all about letters.
Coming up, the musical that celebrates imagination. Seattle Children's Theater's must-see production. And a Tacoma artist creating his own worlds.
Wow! Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
It's not too late.
Matthew McConaughey stars in The Lost Bus, the true story of a school bus driver who rescues 22 children, including his own son, during California's deadliest wildfire.
Don't be late as a dad. Don't be late as a parent for your kids, you know? The whole film has a lot to do with don't be late. That's the nightmare, the situation that I'm put in, and a lot of people in this movie are put in that situation where it's too late. Or is it?
The Lost Bus premieres on Apple Plus Friday.
Welcome back to the show from Delightful Neighborhood Market in Tacoma, where the vibe definitely lives up to its delightful name. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom is a new musical we think you should check out at Seattle Children's Theater. Here's Jose.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom is a musical that is opening here at Seattle Children's Theater. The runtime of the show is about 60 minutes.
Chicka chicka boom boom, chicka chicka boom.
It is a world premiere musical based on the incredibly popular book. The story is very simple. A whole bunch of alphabet letters decide to climb a coconut tree.
You see this coconut tree right here?
Yeah.
What we do is we start with the source material. We gotta tell that story, but then we expand it. So it's not just about alphabet letters climbing a tree, it's also about how to use your own creative imagination to create stories yourself.
Let's make some noise, we're on point tonight. My name is Kelly Lamont. I'm the choreographer and one of the performers in Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, the musical. It's definitely different for every project because this one is so varied in style.
Hold your horses. So hold your horses.
We do some like K-pop, pop star group dancing. We also do traditional jazz dancing. I feel like Jose could learn this, right? 1, 2, make a box. Point, point, and shoulder, shoulder.
Let's talk about your character.
Yeah.
It's your Z.
Yes, little Z.
The last one to arrive.
She just wants to have fun. She wants to be included. She's looking to play the whole time.
Zig,
Zag,
zig,
zag.
What's the most fun part for you?
Is getting to be out there every night and see these kids react.
Can you make the sounds of a horse like this?
To know that this story is making it to them in a deeper way.
What's different to like produce music for like a play?
It's really about storytelling. They all need to advance the story in some way.
Please can we squeeze just a little bit more?
Every song in the show needs to communicate something and expand what's in the book in a way that feels correct.
and here we are at the starting line.
It's really about what does this moment in the show feel like.
Do you have a favorite song for this one?
The pop number really stands out to me, I think.
Can you give us a little tease?
Everybody wants to party with us.
Everybody wants to party with us.
This is the first show that I've written while having kids in the target demographic. Watching my 3-year-old watch the show, she is shouting out all the words to the book.
What's on that tree?
They say the kids could be the toughest critics because they don't lie.
They are a brutally honest audience.
But it's not just for kids,
No,
right?
it is not. We want to make sure that the adults in the audience are also enjoying this experience. Come see Chicka Chicka Boom Boom the musical at Seattle Children's Theater.
All right, thank you, Jose. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom will be playing at the Seattle Children's Theater through October 12th, and after that, the cast heads off on a nationwide tour. Well, it can be a big world out there. Sometimes it feels a little daunting, and that's one of the reasons a Tacoma artist has created his own little worlds, and they are magical.
I'm really trying to find a medium between imagination and reality, try to bring them as close together as possible.
There are plenty of artists who look up to the heavens for inspiration. Russell Barnes looks in the other direction.
I'm looking for the small details that most people overlook. I'm taking my time and I walk around the woods like I lost my keys.
Here, just off Snake Lake Trail in Tacoma, he finds just the place for a musical skeleton to perch, a mossy branch in dappled light.
I don't want it to look Photoshopped, so I try to mess things up a little bit around it.
For this shot, Russell dips a paintbrush in flour.
A relic of my old painting days.
And then...
Oh yeah, I think this is the shot. You can see the tiny little particles. So yeah, it'll be easy to remove those wires there and just make it look as immersive as possible.
For 15 years, this self-taught artist painted on canvases. The last painting Russell sold took 8 years to complete.
Something I'm incredibly proud of, but I knew it wasn't a sustainable thing as far as my creativity goes.
Then one day on Instagram, he posted a brand new work.
I had the idea to cut out this little dog. I propped it in my hand and it outperformed paintings that I spent countless hours on. There we go.
Russell hasn't looked back.
I didn't even know how to use a camera when I started doing this, or how to edit photos, so this was all a process of self-discovery and hands-on experience.
Now, with thousands of followers on Instagram, Russell hopes to inspire the artists within all of us.
I think everyone has an inherent creative nature. Just some people lose touch with it as we get older, and I think that's pretty sad. So I'm trying to bring people back to that world and get people in touch with their inner child.
Take it from Russell, that inner child is having a lot of fun.
Every day I come out and photograph my artwork, it feels like I'm like playing with toys or something. You know, I just get to draw anything from my imagination and then just bring it to life. It's really like a dream come true.
Russell has just published a children's book. It's called The Adventures of Buford the Bean, and you can find it on Amazon.
Where will I end up on this tour of Poulsbo?
I think you should go right across.
Only the locals know.
Welcome back to the show. Nobody knows their hometowns quite like locals do, which is why I often ask locals to tell me where to go to best explore those towns. Tonight, it's the citizens of Poulsbo that get to send me around.
It feels like a Hallmark town. It's very quaint.
Before venturing into downtown Poulsbo, I stop at Cafe Cochina, where owner Eric Mahler has spent more than 10 years in search of the perfect cup of coffee. The coffee beans he roasts on site come from 33 different farms in 22 different countries.
There's a big world of coffee that we get to dive into. And I've had people that are like, no, I don't drink coffee, it's not for me. I will make them a coffee and they're like, what's this? And that's coffee. And they're like, no way. And next thing I know, they're coffee drinkers.
I ask Eric to send me someplace in Poulsbo where I can have a little fun.
Pop down to the Dancing Brush and look at their ceramics. They're not the cookie cutter ceramics, man. They've got really cool stuff down there. Pop in, paint a little thing. They've got a really good staff there too.
I've never really made anything but a mess with a paintbrush, but for 27 years, Dancing Brush employees like Mandy Collins have been convincing people to give it a go.
Be brave, step out and try to do art, and you leave happy.
Happy and hungry. So I asked Mandy, where should I grab lunch?
We love the Greenlight Diner. It's close to where we are here at the Dancing Brush, so we just go up the way. It's got breakfast and lunch.
The Greenlight Diner has a 50s vibe and servers who can really scoot. Marie Baldwin says all the portions are big, but I should go with the biggest of them all.
The Hungry Viking is one of our signature dishes, and everything's really good though. Anything you eat, you're gonna like.
I thought I was a Hungry Viking, but I can't finish it. And I'm excited to find out where Marie will send me next.
I think you should go right across the street to Details. They have a lot of really cool home decor and vintage things, so you're gonna love it over there. It's beautiful.
Customers from all over the state visit just to have a look around this carefully curated shop.
What they say is this is my happy place. They just love coming in here, even if they're just browsing, just to get inspiration.
Elizabeth True sends me to my last stop, a place to get something sweet.
My favorite place is actually Oxala's Kitchen, which is a little off the beaten path.
Owner Darius Grass sources locally and makes everything from scratch.
I love creating space, a space for people to gather. And I also just love the tangible making of food.
I've got 2 tangible oatmeal raisin cookies for the road and a lot of sweet memories of a sunny day spent in Poulsbo.
All right, how would you like to send this saint around your hometown? You can reach out to us through social media or by email.
Up next, we cast off this cloudy day and bring you sunny vibes from Golden Gardens Park.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our communities shine. Thanks to support from PEMCO Insurance. PEMCO empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at PEMCO.com.
And that is going to wrap things up for us here at Delightful Neighborhood Market in Tacoma. Before we forget what summer feels like, here are some sunny beach scenes from Golden Gardens Park in Seattle. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.